Hello, and welcome to Good Morning Greece. Today we have a very special show for you. We're going to start out by interviewing one of the many angry farmers. After that, we'll move on to have two very special guests here in the studio, Cleisthenes and Solon. After that, we'll move on to interview with Socrates himself. And finally, we will have a major interview with Alexander the Great. Don't go away, or you'll miss Good Morning Greece.
Hey, you!
Me?
Yeah, you!
Yes.
Do you like to listen to music while you work?
Yes, I do.
Well, Hellenistic tunes are for you!
No way!
With great songs like Archimedes, sphere, cones, and cylinders, pi to determine circumference of Earth. And also, with astronomy we learn the planets and the stars. Turns out the planets don't revolve around us. Oh my gosh, what a surprise!
And we're back! Now, follow us to the field, where we have Alcavius, one of our many great reporters, with one of the many disgruntled farmers. He will be interviewing him right on the farm. To you, Alcavius.
I'm here with Antonius, one of the many angry farmers. Now, Antonius, what is it that you're so angry about?
Well, you see, I've lived here on this farm for so many years. My daddy, my grandfather. And you know, it's been great and all, but the government's really taken over. Those tyrants, they get it to me.
Well, what is it exactly that you want from them?
Well, a lot of stuff. I want the government to be fair, you know? Treat all the farmers equally. Stop stealing my crops.
Well, what do you propose they do?
Well, I don't know. But for now, I think us farmers are gonna go settle away from the city. Start our own colonies.
Well, isn't that kind of out of the question? I mean, an uneducated farmer as yourself?
We're not uneducated. People don't see that. The government just overlooks us all. Horrible.
Well, what do you propose? Get another tyrant?
I'd actually like to run for tyrant if I could, but I guess that's not happening. So I'm just gonna move out.
Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Studio, back to you.
And we're back. As you've seen live on the scene, more and more farmers are banding together. They all want a say in the government. The one true question still remains. Will this idea of popular government become a reality? There's only one way to find out. Here on the show, we're bringing in Cleisthenes and Solon to tell you what they think. Hello, and welcome back to Good Morning Greece. I'm here with Cleisthenes and Solon. Hello, Cleisthenes. Hello, Solon. Hello.
Hello?
We're very glad to have you here on the show. Why don't we start out by giving our viewers an overview of the most important things you have done. Cleisthenes, let's start with you.
Well, really I'm not that important. But one of the main things I did was I vouched for democracy.
Well, you have been named the father of democracy. Is that an accurate description?
It is very accurate, but I didn't think up democracy. There were many before me who had been developing the idea, but I think I really put it into play with my Council of 500.
How exactly does the Council of 500 work?
Well, I took Greece and I split it into smaller groups, unlike Solon here.
Hey, I split them into 4 groups based on wealth, and they were doing pretty well.
Well, I want better than well. I'm working to create a society and a democracy.
Calm down, calm down. I think that what you've done with splitting it into smaller groups is very successful. You can have different representatives from all over the country. However, Solon, what do you think is the most important thing that you have done?
Well, my 4 groups, I thought they were important, but really most important would be the Court of Appeals.
How does the Court of Appeal work?
Well, it basically works like if you were accused or convicted, you could have a chance for a second trial.
And so basically, if you were accused wrongly, and you went into the court, and you had a bad trial the first time around, you could basically save your life of a lifetime in prison.
That you could.
Cleisthenes, what did you do in the court?
I helped stop corruption by creating the secret ballot.
You think the secret ballot really is what stopped the corruption?
I think it is, because if you're one of the jurors and somebody's on trial and they've killed, and if you vote them guilty, they might kill you. But with the secret ballot, you don't know who votes. You can vote truthfully without fear of getting killed.
Well, you both seem to have made just great improvements to the court and to the democracy. Thank you so much for coming to our show today.
Are you dead or dying? Well, lucky for you, with the latest studies in human anatomy, we can fix you. We can reattach your arm, your leg. We can even fix up the rest of your body. Well, come on down to Al's Chop Shop.
As you've seen live, these two men, Cleisthenes and Solon, have been very influential on our time here in Greece. However, there is one other influential man, and he is none other than Alexander the Great. Now let's go to Alcavius in the field.
So, Alexander, you've conquered Persia, Asia Minor, Syria, Egypt, even Mesopotamia. How do you do it?
How do I do it? I'm Alexander the Great! I'm gonna motivate my men to get into battle to rip the other people's heads off. Ah! I'm also a great military strategist.
Well, you show the reputation to prove it.
That I do. Let's keep going, reporter.
So, do you mind telling us, how exactly do you do this?
How do I do this? I lead it. Spread my culture as I go, creating Greek cities all over.
Exactly how many of these cities have you settled?
I'd say around 70.
That's a big number. And a
Darn
big
right it
accomplishment.
is. Taught you how to count.
Where did you learn all these things?
Well, I grew up in my father's army, the Macedonian army. And I was also tutored by Aristotle. Got that in your resume?
That I did not. Well, that's very prestigious. Congratulations on your wedding, by the way.
Thanks. You ever liked a Persian princess?
I have not.
I got to marry one.
Well, what are your plans now?
Well, I'm gonna go spread my culture. Conquering cities, climbing mountains with my group. There's no mountain high enough for me and my men.
Where exactly are you headed?
Northeast. Phew.
So, what are your plans now?
I'm going to India. Conquer them. Ugh.
Well, there you have it. From Alexander himself. Bold statements from a bold man. Studio, back to you.
Well, the elusive Socrates has been unable to be found. As you know, he's very camera shy, and we cannot find him. However, we do have his very prodigious student, Plato. How's it going, Plato?
Good, how are you?
I'm pretty good. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm a young aristocrat, and I founded the academy to teach philosophy.
That's great. What do you think about the academy? What's the importance of teaching others?
You just have to teach them to think for themselves, and for the most important reason for government, the education, the justice, the virtues, and religion.
I hear you've also written a book.
I wrote the book The Republic, an answer of what is politics.
Very nice. What do you think about the rulers?
Well, right now we're in a rich class where the rich, the high class, make all the decisions. To me, the high class should not be just the rich, but the intelligent that can think for themselves to make this government actually better.
These are great ideals. Having the smart people lead the country. What do you call these people?
Free thinkers, philosopher kings.
Philosopher kings. You've heard it from Plato. Now, what do you have to say about your great teacher, Socrates?
He's a great man. He does not ask for anything in return for his great teachings, and just inspires us to learn more and more every day about the world around us.
Sounds like a great man. Well, thank you so much for your time, Plato. Good to see you.
See you, man.
Hey, what are you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I've just been building a magical invention. I call it the steam engine.
What's that?
It's an engine that moves wheels like on carts, but it uses steam instead of slave labor.
Really?
Yeah. We could use it to go everywhere. We could pull stuff with it, so we don't have to use slaves anymore.
But we have slaves for that stuff.
Well, yeah, but
Slaves.
how about
Slaves.
maybe if we...
Slaves.
I guess you're right.
Slaves.
As long as we have slaves, there's no logical use for this.
No.
Wow, there haven't been any good inventions in the last couple of years, have there?
No, that's not true. There's been levers.
There are levers.
That's true. There's pulleys.
Pulleys, definitely.
Gotta have pulleys.
Yeah. So come on down and buy yourself some levers or pulleys today.
I'm here live with a few of Socrates' other students. What do you have to say about the great Socrates?
Socrates was a very, very great man. He was very humble, just a very all-around great man. And as you probably know, he criticized public officials, he criticized education, he criticized almost everything that we know today. And because of that, the officials accused him of corrupting young minds, corrupting his students. And they gave him the death penalty, sadly.
He was very influential.
He very much was, and even more so while he was in court. They asked him to defend himself, and he didn't defend himself. He honestly believed he had done nothing wrong. He stood up for his beliefs. They were his. He knew he had done nothing wrong.
Once again, why did the officials say that he corrupted young minds?
He wanted them to be free thinkers, to challenge conventional wisdom. And he was just a great, humble man. Wanted to breed a group of people, a group of students who would stand up for what they believe in, like he did. Even during his death sentence, he was still teaching.
As you've seen from many of his students now, Plato, to all the other students, Socrates truly was a great man.
Great man, very humble.
Back to you, studio. Today you've seen a wide variety of people who've all played a great role in Greek society. From the farmers, to the philosophers, to the politicians, and to Alexander the Great. They've all played a large part. Thank you so much for joining us. Come back next week for the Roman Republic. So long. I'm laughing.
I was doing the same thing.
Yeah, crush
Okay.
Alright, we ready?
How do I do it? I motivate my men to get into battle! Bloodthirsty barbarians!
Well, our research shows that you've never lost a battle. Is this true?
Is it true? Of course it's true!
Our research shows that you've never lost a battle. Is this true?
Of course it's true! 13-0! Undefeated!
Well, do you mind telling us how you do it?
How I do it? How I do it? Just told you this! I'm Alexander the Great! I make cities! I build cities along my travels! And integrate the Greek culture! I motivate my men to rip whoever's heads off! Judo kick! Spread more of the Greek culture to everybody!
How do you plan on doing that?
conquering city by city, leading my men in, ripping everyone's heads off.
Now, we've noticed that you've settled many cities. How many exactly?
Around 1 million, I'd say. 1.5 million.
That's a big number.